Q1 is over. Q1 is already over, bro. That's insane. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what to think about it, bro. Time flies. It's literally April 3rd as I'm making this video. And during Q1, I had a lot of stuff that I learned. And I'm going to just share that with y'all right now. 6 things that I learned. 6 things that I learned. And some of it is just like reinforcing. So, first is building up those habits to succeed in the long term. That's been the whole motto of 2025, bro. Even in the month of January, when I first started, I'm still like journaling every day. Even though the trades were working out like very badly, I was still making sure that I showed up and did what I had to do. But these habits actually built me for the next coming months, even though I haven't been like up to par with how I want to be. Waking up early, you know, making sure that my phone is away from my bed. That's something that I'm going to make sure I do more. Um, Consistent leverage, something that I definitely have been doing. And it gets kind of boring because it's like you're winning these setups. It's like, okay, bet, like let's go for more money, you know. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it. That's why y'all saw in the last video of me getting funded that like it was around like 300 a day or something like that. Some days it'll be lower. Probably like 1 or 2 days it was a little higher than that. You know what I mean? So just the consistent leverage and making sure that I'm building these habits up because that's going to be important. Like, what is your goal? Like, is it just to make like money for like a month or is it to make it like as real income? For me, it's real income. So I am making sure that I'm keeping those good habits. You know what I mean? Having that consistent leverage is very important. Over leveraging is nothing to play with, bro. I'm not trying to do that. So yeah, and then again, not like taking setups that go in my plan or that don't go in my plan, making sure I don't do that. I did it a couple times, you know, but we're gonna just keep on moving forward and make sure that we don't do that, like for real, for Q2, like, because I feel like now I'm at the point where I'm gonna take the setup, but I just have to let it play out, If the setup starts going up when it's supposed to be going down, hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, secondly, what I learned is for me personally, taking one to ones is so much better than going for a higher win rate. I mean, not win rate, higher risk to reward because a 1 to 1, you're going to have a higher win rate, of course. If you go for 2 to 1 up, it's going to be lower, but you're going to be making more off your plays. But for me, if I'm winning like 75% of my trade, 70%, whatever the case may be, I feel much better psychologically, mentally, because I know that I'm about to go into the market and most likely take a dub. If it's 70%, bro, most likely you're going to win. You know what I mean? If you're executing the strategy perfectly and everything, and you never know what can happen, but knock on wood. Literally, I'm knocking on wood, bro. Like anything could change. Like the breakout strategy I use right now can just turn into freaking crap. But yeah, who knows? Um, and yeah, I already have trouble like holding my trades. So why would I want to be going for 2 to 1 or higher on a regular, bro? That would just mess me up, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that would mess me up. I know some of y'all are like used to it, but me, give me my 1 to 1, bro. Give me my 1 to 1, for real. But I learned something. Hold up. I learned that I can go for 2 to 1s. When there's a zone that's next to my trade that is, bouncing off of. So you guys might have saw it in the last video, but I have a couple more examples. Like this one right here. We're going down, obviously trending down. EMAs are in place. We have the breakout right here, and then we have the zone right here. It doesn't have to have a breaker structure or anything, but it just needs to have a zone that it tapped and then it breaks out. So I'm just showing y'all more cases of it hitting 2 to 1. You know what I mean? Then boom, 2 to 1 hit. I think this one even hit like 3 to 1. Like it went pretty crazy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty nice. But I'm gonna just go for the 2 to 1 because already it's double of what I would normally go for. I don't need to go for triple. I'm not going for no grand slam. I'm going for the singles and doubles. I'm going for the singles and doubles, man. I'm going for those single base hits. Nothing crazy for real. Because it should add up over time, you know? It adds up. It adds up. Here's another one on silver. This was great. You know, you had the EMAs in line, and then boom. Take this right here. It went up to a 2-to-1. It went even higher, but it went for a 2-to-1. This trade I didn't even hold all the way because the leverage was so high. Like I over leveraged on this trade, but it was only because like one contract was like $700. So I was like, dang, okay, well, whatever. It looked too good to give up, you know? It looked too good to not take. And of course, it worked out. Third, that trading journal, man. That trading journal helps so much. As y'all can see, I've been journaling since the beginning of the year. I've had a couple of days where I missed, so I'll end up saying like February 15th and 16th or something like that. But see all this? This is crazy, bro. We've been doing it all year, man. So, shoot, that journaling, man, it helps so much. Just like writing what I'm thinking, like what I was thinking throughout the trade. Like, I'll write like little stuff, you know, while I'm in a trade or just during the trading day, and then I'll elaborate more on it during my actual reflection time in the trading journal. So that helps a lot. I haven't even looked back at it that much, but I definitely should more because I know there's some gems in there that I can find and probably make a video on it, to be honest. And yeah, just looking back and just like realizing that I've been using this, doing it consistently, it helps a lot with the mental for sure. It definitely helps a lot with my mental because that's the part that, you know, most people get like messed up in trading is like your mental because you're literally doing something that's like out of your control. You're just hoping that it wins. And this helps a lot. Honestly, it really just helps a lot. So yeah, four, stop putting so much pressure on yourself. I learned that. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself, Brandon. Like pressure on myself. It's cool to have pressure, you know what I mean? But if you're putting yourself under pressure like unnecessarily, it's like why? Why are you stressing yourself out? You know what I mean? Like for me, I know my goal. And if I'm not working towards it, obviously I'm gonna feel like, dang, like what am I doing? But I need to like be nicer to myself and understand that like, yeah, I'm gonna slip up. I'm human. You know, it's a journey. You know what I mean? So just letting myself know that like it's okay. You know, things are gonna be okay. Just know what you gotta do and do it. That'll probably relieve some pressure off me because for me, I sometimes don't do what I have to do. So that's where more pressure comes in because it's like, dang, bro, like, what are you doing then? Then what are you doing if you're not doing what you're supposed to do? So, yeah, I wind up just feeling down if I pressure myself and like just won't really trade, you know? I won't really trade. Like, I'll just stay in my bed over here. And that's when I miss a setup. And then I'm like, dang, I just missed a setup, bro. That actually happened earlier in the day. Not earlier in the day, earlier this week. There was a really good setup on oil. Very good setup on oil, by the way. Like, just a regular setup, actually. But as you can see, it's going down. We had a breakout right here. Just a simple one-to-one that we could have went for. It's 750, bro. I should be up. I'm supposed to be up by 730. This thing goes for a 3-to-1. We're only going for the 1-to-1, but it probably would have won off that first candle, bro. Like, yeah, it would have won off one candle. You know, and if you zoom out a bit, you can see that we're actually going down. So I can't believe I missed it. And then I went for a supply setup that actually looked good. But my whole like philosophy is like if I miss a trade on one pair, I'm not trading that pair for the rest of the day because the chances of you getting another win on the same pair, it's not high, bro. It's not high. Don't take your chances, man. Trust me. You know, you can get 3 wins on one day with the same pair. You know, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to take, go ahead. But I just don't recommend it. It's not very like it just feels like gambling to me, to be honest. Even if it's a good setup, it feels like gambling. We're not here to gamble, bro. We're here to trade, man. We're here to actually trade like some real traders for real. So yeah, that's another thing. So going back to like putting the pressure on myself, um, just holding myself accountable in a healthy way. You know, like I said, like being nicer to myself and just understanding like it's okay. Like you made a mistake or you didn't do this or you did this, but now you have to just move forward. You have to learn from it and move forward. Literally, that's what you got to do. You can't be like beating yourself up over it. Like at that point, it's like it's already been done, bro. It's already been done. This trade already happened, you know. So fifth, we're going on to the fifth one. All I realized, man, I just realized that I need to properly execute. I know I made a video on execution, and I realized that through a few trades, but there's this trade specifically. I think it was the 28th. Yep, right here. And I like taking y'all through these examples. But yeah, this trade right here, I'm just like, bro, it was insane. So it goes for the 1-to-1, it wins, right? But this candle right here is so close to winning, and then it goes all the way up, right? And I changed my stop loss, and then it moved. I moved it up here, and then it just took me out the trade, even though it never hit it. So I was a little irritated at that, but like I never moved my stop loss to break even. Why am I changing it to break even? I could have just took the dub, but it would have just been a dub if I never moved it. So that was a little annoying. Just letting things play out. Just execute, literally. You know, I already knew this. Um, just seeing me have also like two straight profitable months in February and March, but knowing how it really could have been, dude, it's literally like what I envisioned. Like these profitable months, like what it could have been is what I envisioned for myself of the last year. You know, like I had a vision. I wrote it down. I'm like, I'm gonna make this much a month, and I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna wake up and trade. I'm gonna go hang out with friends. I'm gonna do my homework, all this type of stuff. Like that could really happen, but I just have to execute literally. So yeah, you know, whole Q1 I was figuring out a lot of stuff. So we got, you know, April through December to just prove that we can properly execute. And hopefully y'all here for the ride, bro, because we finna go up. We finna go up for real. Like, don't play, man. Don't play. We finna go up. You know, God willing, God willing. And then my last thing, I was on a walk today and I realized number 6, this is a bonus one. Being hold up, bro. Being uncomfortable is good. Being uncomfortable is good, bro. Like, especially if you're in a trade that is going with your plan, it's okay to be uncomfortable, bro. If there's people that are telling you that, you know, you're like, if you're nervous in the trade, if you're nervous in drawdown, then, oh, like, what are you doing? Like, you shouldn't be trading. That's not true, bro. That's not true. You can be as nervous as you want. You know what I mean? You can be as nervous as you want as long as you don't let the nerves get to the point where you're actually trying to change something, you know? Because this stuff is out of your control. You know what I mean? This stuff is out of your control. So there's no point in trying to change things, you know? So it just means you're doing something right. Like you're doing something right if you're uncomfortable and it's going with your plan. Because you went with your plan. So now, okay, you're a bit uncomfortable, but it's okay. It's okay. Just one, recognize that you're uncomfortable. Don't judge yourself for being uncomfortable because I know people will say stuff like, "Oh man, like I can't believe you're like being like this," you know? Like you can tweak out, bro. You can tweak if you're in a trade and it's not going your way, right? Um, it is what it is, right? But at the end of the day, I feel like if as long as you don't let it truly affect the way you trade, you'll be straight, man. You'll be straight. Keep on taking your trades. Like, bro, feeling uncomfortable is normal, man. Like, we're already doing stuff that is beyond our regular survival instincts. You know what I mean? We want to control everything. Like, we're humans. And being uncomfortable is just like a human thing. Like, this is like the unknown, you know? And it's gonna be uncomfortable, bro. That's just part of trading. But over time, I feel like it would definitely be like less uncomfortable, but nobody likes to be in a drawdown. So, you might have a little sigh, you might have a little, oh my God, you might have a little, oh shoot, you know. But I mean, if you're not looking at your trade, then I don't know. Then I guess you're just, I don't know. I still feel uncomfortable if I'm not even looking at it. I'd rather look at it and see how it's working out. But, you know, other than that, man, Q1 is just great month. I mean, not great month, great quarter, honestly. Just figuring out this breakout strategy and figuring out, how to make it better, figuring out that I can really do this. So I know if I can, I'm not like a guru or anything. I'm not like a crazy success story yet, but hey man, y'all could do the same, man. Y'all could do the same. Um, it felt good getting funded again because that made me realize that the first one wasn't a fluke. Like, oh wow, I can really get funded, bro. Like, I mean, I really got funded. Like, that's cool. Um, so yeah, that's pretty nice, and that's all I got for y'all.